Crazy day for Bitcoin, to say the least. We are going to take a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at a bunch of different charts, so definitely stick around for the whole video to get the whole view. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. If we break the all-time high, how high do I expect us to go? And if we are topped out here, what do I expect then? We're going to take a look at both cases. Definitely stick around for the whole video, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any markets. And do not forget, we are doing a Ledger Nano-esque giveaway on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you subscribe to the channel, tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post videos, smash the likes, and leave your comment down below. That also helps support the channel. All right, looking at the fear and greed index, we're at 88, still in the extreme greed zone. We dropped 1 point from yesterday. We're going to take a look at the Dow Jones real quick. As you guys know, I have this top trend line here that I don't see the Dow breaking, and it's around the 30,700 to 30,800, depending on where it gets up there. And if we look at where we're at right now, we had lower highs in the price action, or in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. That is bearish divergence. And we are getting a downturn now. How far will it go? We'll see at the end of the day how this hourly closes, or this daily closes, and we'll look at that tomorrow. Looking at gold, we had this target of 18,000. It broke, and I said that if that broke, we would most likely come down to the 1731 area. And that would be going from the, if we take a Fibonacci extension from the swing high to this swing low down here, and back up to this swing high here, that gets us right around that $1,730 range. As you can see, we are in oversold. Does look like we would get a nice bounce here. If we break below that, who knows what's going to happen then, but that's where I'm looking at, about the 1730 to 1740 range, and get our bounce from there. Let's look at the DXY. We're going to look at this on the 3-day. As you can see in the RSI, we're making higher lows, and in the price action, lower lows. That is bearish, or bullish divergence. Now this could drop all the way down to here, the $90 range, and we could still be above this low on the RSI. So that would still be bullish divergence, even if we came down to this area. So keep an eye for that. I do believe once the DXY, the dollar index, starts pumping up, then it is going to pull Bitcoin down. As of right now, we had this 0.786 of this swing high to swing low at 18,000, and a break above that. Obviously, we're going higher. Let's get this off of here. And if you guys remember, we did get our stop here at the bottom of this rising broadening wedge. I had a short here, and I told you I put it into slight profit, so I did get stopped out. Obviously, I did not long, but I did enter a short up here, and I've already moved my stops down into small profit. We'll see what happens here. It could go either way, obviously. As of right now, the RSI is pretty oversold here, or overbought. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at where we're at now. If we move this up, obviously this changes all these retracement levels. Again, if we've topped here, let me get this out of the way and move these all up to where they are. The 92 can stay there. That's still in the center of the golden pocket zone. And then we have the 66 as the 0.786 here. I've been talking about the institutions, and I don't trust the institutions, especially as they're all screaming they're buying and there's all this money coming in. The thing that scares me about that is they bought all the way down in these areas, guys. My opinion is they are not in it for Bitcoin. They are in it for cash. And what happens every time we get a pump, this gives them room to exit their positions. Each pump, I believe they will continue to exit. Now, we may be topped out here. If we do break the all-time high, I do see us possibly getting up to this 20,700. We've had that target there for a very long time. But that's the highest I see us getting. If we do break above this wedge, then we'll look at those levels too. Like I said, stick around for the whole video, because we're going to talk about it. If we do come back down from here, we're looking to the $17,000 range, somewhere in there. Obviously, our Fibonacci retracement levels, I'll go over them real quick. 0.236 is 15.9, 0.382 is 13.5, 0.5 is 11.5, golden pocket 92, and 0.786 66.57. Yeah, we do have bearish divergence here, also lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. And PrimeXBT, if you guys are interested in trading, these are great times to trade. The volatility is crazy. I'll leave a tutorial up top. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like all the other exchanges. You don't see the crazy liquidation wicks and all that stuff. And you can trade Forex, crypto, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, all on one exchange, and put in as many trades as you want. It doesn't clump them all together. You can have shorts and longs in at the same time to hedge your positions, whatnot. You can use my promo code Savy50 to get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit, up to 1 Bitcoin, as many times as you make a deposit, to use towards your margin. Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees. And a lot of people are asking me about how you figure your leverage on PrimeXBT. If you'd like me to make a video on that, leave a comment below and I will try to get a video out explaining that for you, because it's not like the scammy exchanges that give you, you know, just all bright lights, pretty stuff to take your money. So if you guys are interested in me making that video, leave me a message down below. All right, let's take a look at the daily. So this is the daily. This is the trend line we've been watching. We did break back above it. Now, I mentioned yesterday a open and close of a candle. So if this closes up here, the next candle opens above it and closes above it, and we remain with support here, I do believe our next stop could be as high as 22.5. But again, that's only after an open and close of a candle, a daily candle above this trend line. And if that breaks, then obviously the bullish case, we go up to the 25-26 would be our next trend line. And after that could be up into the $32,000 range. But as of right now, and I explained it yesterday, unless we open and close a daily candle above this trend line. So that would mean tonight's candle would have to open and tomorrow it would have to close above this trend line for me to remain bullish above this. Otherwise, another close, the next open and close of a candle below this trend line is bearish. And like I said, I do believe at some point here we're going to come back and retest the top of this rising broadening wedge at least. And if that breaks, then the 13.5 range. And if that breaks, coming down to test the bottom of this rising broadening wedge. And again, we already talked about these Fibonacci retracement levels. And we were having bullish divergence here, hidden bullish divergence. We talked about that yesterday. Higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI to get a bounce. We did get our bounce. I want to take a look at this and kind of look at this compared to 2017 here in a minute. But first, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. There's a link down below with other affiliate links down there that have some good offers for you guys. So check them out if you haven't already. And let's look at possible, if this is the top, this is possibly what we could be looking at. We've been talking about this, even though we did go a little bit higher today. We still have not broken the high, so we could get something, you know, like this and have a long correction all the way back down into this area. And we'll talk about that if we have topped out. We'll keep an eye on this week. And let's take a look at, oh yeah. So this is the 3-day chart. And we have not had a sell signal, the red dots like you see over here, in the 3-day yet. We have had it in the 1-day, and we have still not turned over to get a green in the 1-day here. So according to the 1-day on here, on the daily, we are still bearish. Let's take a look at this symmetrical triangle that we were watching. We did break out over here, and if we count the solid white trend line as the top of there, the bullish case is 28,000. If we use this white dotted trend line, which I've used when we actually broke this on the RSI would have been up here, and that measured move would be around the $30,000 range. Now, we did have a $16,000 target, and that was from this falling broadening wedge. That did hit. We did come back down. You look here, and we tested it for support, got support. So these are in the cards. So keep in mind, it can definitely be bullish. We could be going this high, but let's take a look at the RSI also. I do think this RSI is bound to come back down and retest this triangle. And that would also be retesting the bottom of this rising wedge. And if that was to break, we could be coming down here. I know I've been saying that, and this is long-term, guys. I still believe we could come down back into this range, as much as it seems unlikely at this point. Let's look at the daily. So this is what I'm talking about here. If you remember back in 2017, which this feels a lot like with all the hype, where the NVT signal turned red and we dropped below the signal line here. We raised back above it back in here at some point. But if you look at, we just barely broke this high just before it up here. And if we look at where we're at now, we've done the same thing. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed to be the top, but I would be careful and cautious here because it definitely could be. And as you can see, the NVT is still in the deep red here. We have crossed above the signal line, but we've done that before. Back here, same thing. We crossed below the signal line, crossed back above it, and still continued down. Once that turns back to gray, I should make that blue or something. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me know. Once this NVT turns back to the gray, then we know we're most likely going to correct pretty far. Keep an eye on it. Like I said, this does resemble 2017's top, and as of right now, we have not broke the all-time high. Very close, but we've not broke it yet. And like I said, also, I believe that institutions aren't the greatest thing, guys. And everybody's saying tons of institutional money is pouring in. I don't believe they're going to be buying the top here, guys. I believe they'll be selling because they love cash. They're in it to make cash. That's my opinion. Make up your own mind. But yeah, that's about it. Definitely keep an eye on this, especially this NVT here, guys. Yes, it could go higher like we did back in both of these. We topped out over here and then yet went higher. There's one more thing to look at as a possible super bullish case scenario, and that would be looking at, let me get it off the log and take a look here. Right here, this is the possible super bullish case scenario, and that looking a lot like this area here. We got our two little rises with our corrections, just like we did back here, and then just shot up to the moon. So again, that's a possibility, so be aware of it, but I just don't trust it, guys. We break the all-time high, that's a whole different story. Then like I said, I'm looking at the 20,700 range. That if we hold above that daily trend line I showed you guys, then 22, somewhere in that area, 22,000. If we do open and close a daily candle above that trend line and get support on it, I do believe I'll long there to around 22-ish. So, all right, that's about it for today, guys. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I just want to get a video out to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavvy logo above my head. Check out the tutorial videos beside me, and smash that like button and leave your comment. Take it easy, guys.